Are you saying that women are too weak to run their own house and take care of their own selves?
No, ma'am. I don't mean to say that. What it mean? I didn't mean to say that. But
Should I say that India is not a good country?
no, ma'am. I'm not saying that India is not a good country. India is a good country.
So I'm going to ask you some question. Answer very carefully, okay? So this is going to be your speaking test. I'm going to ask you some question and you will answer, right? So let's start from introduction. Will you please introduce yourself?
Sure, ma'am. My name is Aksa Khan, and I am from South Lucknow. Today, I am in 11th class, and I'm doing my school for Exotic Montessori School. Here, I'm learning English speaking course.
Great. Okay. So what do you like to do in your leisure time?
In my free time,
Yeah.
in my free time, mostly I read novels, and apart from reading novels, I would like to study
You would like to study. Okay. So which is your favorite subject?
economics.
Economics. Why economics?
Because I don't know why I have interest in economics, and whenever I read, so I can relate from our economy in India. That's why I'm interested in economics.
So as you said that economy is your favorite subject. So what would you like to say about Indian economy?
In Indian economy, we have a lot of problems like problem of growth, problem of development, and these problems are because of unemployment in India. The population of India is very high. That's why everyone is not getting the employment, and it make difficulties in the development of India. And also in India, there's a poverty. Poverty ज़्यादा है क्या कहें?
There is a problem of poverty in India.
And because of employment or uneducated people, there is a problem of poverty in India. Most people are suffering from the health issues, or like they are living on the roads because of poverty. I think that's it.
So can you please tell me the ways how can we eradicate the poverty? And plus, how can we work on the population system as it's growing day by day? What can we do about it?
It feels like my economics viral. Okay. What have you asked, ma'am?
As you told that poverty is a very big problem in India. Can you please tell me the ways how can we eradicate the poverty and how can we work on the issue of population? As it's growing day by day, we should do something about it. So what are your point of views about it?
If I talk about the eradication of poverty, so for that, I think every people should be educated or should give an education. And the second way which I think for the eradication of poverty is that for giving employment to everyone, like making employment in our country. As we have seen in foreign countries, they are giving part-time jobs to students or to everyone. So it should be given in India too. And if I talk about the population, like how can we control population of country? So how can we control the population? Every house should be taught about the population. Like in rural areas, we have seen that people in families, they are having 7 to 8 childs, or sometimes 10 to 11. So they should taught about the population. That's.
Do you think that it can be taught?
If the person is educated, they can understand. Right? What is the use of 8 to 10 children?
But we all know the education system of India. There are so many people in remote area, they don't get education. How will you make them aware of this problem?
This population problem?
Yes.
For this, for this, we can go home to home for teaching, or like we can have any camp in village or in any area where we can teach, or where we can tell about the education or about what is happening in our country. That's.
Okay, so can you please tell me about your greatest weakness? What's your weakness?
My weakness. My greatest weakness is that I'm an introvert person. Like I feel very shy to speak to anyone, and uh, instead of shying, I, I don't love to speak with people. I don't know why I don't like interacting with people.
You don't like interaction.
No,
But how will you survive in your life? Because interaction is very important. Human is a social animal.
that's one. Uh,
As you said, it's your problem. And it can be really big problem in your career.
but
So how will you manage that?
if it is about my career, I can do anything about for my career. Like I can remove my this weakness.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's about my career, I can talk with anyone.
Okay, so
In my personal life, I don't like interacting with people.
okay. So can I please
I like observing people.
you like observing people? How do you observe people?
If I keep it silent,
If you're by being silent.
uh,
Okay. So can you please tell me about your most memorable day of your life?
my most memorable day
Karen.
of my life.
Yeah.
Uh, my most memorable day was the result day of my 10th class. Like a night before my 10th result,
Really?
I was very worried that even I thought I could not pass. I was in very tension. But when I
I
slept,
was 10.
I was very tensed. But when I wake up, it was 1 in the evening, and the result timing was 1:30 in the evening. When I checked my result, I didn't check my result. My brother checked the result, and when he was calculating my marks, he was expecting that I rarely get 60 to 65 percentage. But when he checked, it was 80 percentage, and he checked again. He was very confused that how could I get 80%. He checked again, and then he said, "Is garib kya sivan?" And I was like, seriously? That was my memorable day, because
So-
my brother thought that I couldn't do anything in my life,
Okay.
and when I get 80%, I was like, "Dekho, maine kar liya."
And you got the highest mark in
I got third position in my school, like in whole school.
and which subject was the best subject of according to your result? In the subject you got the highest mark.
Science.
Science.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, science. Mm-hmm. So do you like traveling?
Yes, I like traveling.
So can you please tell me about the last visited place?
Okay, I like traveling, but I haven't traveled a lot of places in my life. But if I talk about the last visited place is Agra, and it was not a good place. Like I went to see the Taj Mahal, and everyone says that Taj Mahal is very good, or like visiting Taj Mahal is very nice place. But I don't think so.
Why?
There's nothing nice in Taj Mahal. Like I have seen in movies, it is very beautiful.
So how can you say that it's not beautiful, it's not so exciting?
I think I went in summers, that's why I don't like it. Because the temperature was 30 to 35 degree. That's why I don't think
I guess you're feeling hot.
very hot.
Okay. So what's the mistake of Taj Mahal then?
The mistake of Taj Mahal is that in summers the floor was very hot.
Okay.
So it's not a mistake of Taj Mahal. It is a very crowded place, and I don't like visiting crowded
That is
places.
very crowded for sure. Okay. So where would you like to visit in future? If you get a chance of traveling somewhere, anywhere in wherever you want to go, which place would you choose?
Norway for the
Right.
Northern Lights.
Okay.
Because I think it is a very difficult thing for me to visit there. So whenever I get chance, I would visit there
So with whom would you like to go there?
with my friend.
With my friend. Oh, with your friend.
With my friend.
With your boyfriend. Okay, so why have you chosen your friend only? Why not any family member?
Because not every people is aware about the northern lights. I am not saying that every people, the people from whom I met is not aware about the northern lights, but my friend is also interested in northern lights, so I want to visit with
You
him.
want to visit there. Okay, so tell me 4 ways how can we save the water?
Okay, we save the water. We can save water. How can we save water? We should firstly we should give importance to the water. Like we should know about how much water is left in our universe. Thing.
You do it?
On Earth, on Earth.
Take it first. We have to take the measurement of the water. Okay.
Firstly, we should know about like how much percentage of the water is left on Earth. Because if we know that this much of this much amount of water is left, so we will get tensed and we will try to save water. And after that, we should save the water by, if we see anywhere that a tap is running or like water is wasting, so we should off those things. And then after that, we should take water according to our need. Like if we need,
We should use water.
we should use water according to our need. Like if we need 1 to 2 tubs for bath, so we shouldn't take 3 to 4 tubs. Like mostly people use a lot of water while taking shower. So we should save water in these ways.
The last question is, if you were the prime minister of this place, India, what all things would you like to do? What are the changes that you would love to do?
If I am the prime minister of this country, the firstly thing which I want to do is I want to remove corruption of our India. And the second thing, there is some political issues which I want to change. Like we have a now. If I am the president, if I am the prime minister of this country, the first thing which I want to do is that I want to remove the corruption, and after that, I try to give employment as much as possible, and I would like to work on the government employees. Like we have seen in government school, they are not teaching properly, and we have and mostly the government. And mostly the people who has government jobs, they are not working properly. So I would like to change those things.
So that means if you will become a prime minister, then you will go school to school and do something about this. And how will you remove the corruption that is so big? I think, according to me, it's very hard to remove it. So what will you do to remove corruption?
What will I do to remove corruption? I think if the population is equal, not the population, if the people is equal in monetary terms, so that's how the corruption can be removed. Like like nowadays, we are seeing that rich people are getting more richer and poor people are getting more poor. And if we have equality in rich and poor people, so that's how we can eradicate corruption.
So don't you think that if everyone will become equal, it will be disaster for us?
Yes, ma'am, it will be a disaster.
No one will work for you. If you need to build a house, go and build by yourself. There will be no one to build.
Right question.
If everyone will become equal in monetary terms, then it will be the disaster. What do you think?
Okay, so the corruption is the thing which is very hard to remove. And if we try our best to remove corruption, I don't think it is possible to remove.
Okay.
Because everyone wants their work to get complete in early time. So, and rich people give money to the people to complete their work as much as fast it can be completed. It is very hard to remove corruption.
So that means poor people, like we are having poor people, that is good for us in some way.
In some way it is good.
Because if they will become rich, they won't work for you.
They won't work for us. Yeah, in some ways it is good.
Okay, that is it. Go and send another person.
Thank you, ma'am. It feels like an IELTS interview.
So please introduce yourself.
Good evening, ma'am. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Mohammed Yunus. I am from Sultanpur. Recently, I live in Lucknow for my studies. I completed my graduation in BCom honors from Lucknow University. My age is 20. I am 20-year-old student. I belong from nuclear family, and I am here for my education. And like I do many kinds of skill work. Like I focus on my development of my skills, like and learning language, personality development, and many more.
So what is personality development according to you?
Ma'am, according to me, personality development is the way of behaving your body language. If someone don't speak by mouth, but the behavior and the way of standing, sitting, tell many things. If someone improve on that thing, that's is like it's good for everyone, because you don't have to explain many times yourself. You by your behavior you can tell anything.
Okay, so as you said that you are living in a nuclear family, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
So what's your opinion? Which is best, extended family or nuclear family?
Ma'am, recently I live in nuclear family. I belong from nuclear family, but I live in the extended family. I also feel that extended family are far better than nuclear family, because we all live in the society where too many problems are created, and there's too much things which we don't know, which we are not aware of. That this any kind of situation will held anytime. That's why it's better to live in extended family.
So yeah, as you are living in nuclear family, so what are your point of view about nuclear and extended family?
Like, ma'am, during my childhood, I lived my whole childhood, like in class 11 too. I live in extended family, but recently I live in nuclear family. But I feel that extended family is far better than nuclear family, because we have faces many problems, like our father is not here, and we are fully dependent on our mother, and in extended family there's many supports, there's many family members. They criticize you also, but they support you also most as you need it. That's why I feel that extended family is better. And because we are live in society where this kinds of thinking and many kinds of bad, and there is a not good society, we also consider not a fully bad society, but even when we compare that it's safe to live alone, a family who is leading a home by a woman. I thought that it's not even women also don't feel safe when she take care of their child and live alone in that kind of society.
So are you saying that women are too weak to run their own house and take care of their own selves?
No, ma'am. I don't mean to say that. What it mean? I didn't mean to say that. But I'm just mean to say that we are like we are not living for any other country. We are living in India, and mostly when we see the North India, like they are underdeveloped. I am not criticizing anyone. I am not telling to anyone. I am just telling the what actual things are in our society. Like when we see that there's many things, like even sometimes my mother said that it's not good to live for a woman. I even talked to girls, like she told that this society is not like in mostly in North India. This society is not good for women. That's why I feel that's safe as a human. Every human need safety and security. That's why I said that.
Okay. So what do you like to do in your free time? In your leisure time, what do you like to do?
I like to do like watching web series, movies, and sometimes I do some kinds of artwork. Like I also do mandala art, some kinds of painting, calligraphy, Arabic calligraphy
Mm-hmm.
in my free time.
In your free time. So, do you just like painting, or do you have any favorite painter in your life?
No, ma'am, I'm just painting. I even don't know too much painter and my like I just like to do. It's kinds of my hobby to do this kinds of work.
Okay. So, what are your strengths?
Like ma'am, I feel that my strength I am a great I have a leadership quality also. I feel that because when I speak, sometimes like people like to hear me, and I put the point on factual basis, not on any of the illogical basis. Uh, that's what I feel.
Okay. So,
And I learn new things in limited time also. And I'm also a hard worker as well as a smart worker also.
hard worker and smart worker. So, what is the difference between hard worker and smart worker?
Man, difference between a hard worker and smart worker, I feel that sometimes you require hard work and sometimes you require smart work. And if work requires smart work and if you still do hard work, like you are wasting your time and you are just making fool to yourself. And difference between the major difference between I feel that when someone do a smart work, they just they just reduce their time for doing by their smartness, and by doing a smart work it's take time, but most of the times it's also required hard work. That's why I feel that I am both hard worker as well as smart worker.
Okay. So, what do you want to say about Indian education system?
I want to say that about Indian education system, and I feel that Indian education system is developing, not developed. And I feel that when I take education, like in my schooling days, and I feel that on that time, a little child, they required great kinds of knowledge by the activities, not by the learning of book, not by the learning of the chapter. And I think that's it's required too much updates, and it's required too much great teachers. I'm not telling teachers are bad, because they are also getting the that kinds of education. Then that's why they are giving to next generation. And I feel that about Indian education also, that Indian education is not fully developed because it's required, because education is the base of every person. By he takes a decision. I'm not even tell that an uneducated person can't take a decision, because like India is developing country and we required education for a developing nation. It's also required education for like developing in IT sector, developing in industries, developing in many things. Like when we see earlier person, like they are not interested uh, to they are not interested, they are not like a person who is interested in arts like dancing, singing, painting. They criticize them, their parents criticize them. But on nowadays they are supporting, because they know the value of arts, game, and these kinds of development we require. And in mostly I want to say that in last, that the Indian education system also need to uh, make in their education system a game, because a game is a thing where a person, any kinds of person who play, they feel always motivated, they always try to win, they learn, they fail, they lose also, but they try at least. That kinds of motivation a person get by a game, they can't get by anything.
Okay. Sunita. Okay, so tell me at least three bad qualities of your own personality.
Three bad qualities, like ma'am, I want to tell you my bad qualities of my own personalities. like I not working on that. If you ask that about the personality, bad personality, I think that maybe I'm giving too much respect to others, and it's not a bad person.
Giving respect is
And not expecting from the that he or she will also respect me, because I think that respect is the thing which you give to anyone, you also deserve to get it back. And I most time and I feel that's no, I feel that's I most of the person there. Why didn't you told them you are when you give them respect, you always speak well, you always respect, but you not get it back that kinds of respect. Whatever you give them, you have to focus on that thing. And in my weakness also I mentioned that I'm sometime I become lazy, like because of my laziness I left some work which is required, like I want to develop my personality more and more, and even I try my best to develop in better ways. But I feel that when I become lazy, like I postpone my work on another days or another time, I feel that that work will never happen. It's like extended day by day. That's why what I also feel. That's two personality I don't like in myself.
so. Tell me why India is a very populous country. Why?
Ma'am, because I told you about the education system, because of the poor education system, still there are a person. I'm not telling about any special community or not a special any, because if you see in any community, like they tell that they are focusing on quantity, not focusing on quality. And I mean that because of the poor education system, people knows that how pollution like is very harmful.
Population, I said.
I try to explain in deep. Uh, like most of the students and most of the person also get education how pollution is very helpful, but still they using plastic, still they using that thing which pollute our environment. And these kinds of things also get the education by in their schools, and by the we educated. That's population is also very harmful for our country. Too much population is very harmful, and still they are not focusing on that because of the poor education system, and also government not taking good action. Like when we see that China is the most populated country, but there is a policy, because of the policy it's reduced their population. If the government and people both are contributing their best, then they will be a good country.
Okay, so should I say that India is not a good country?
No, man, I'm not saying that India is not a good country. India is a good country because they are diverse in their culture. Because of their culture, they are respecting to their culture. They are respecting to their elders. Even they are respecting to their younger one. I feel that that's kinds of things which we will never see in any country. Like when we see in Western countries, like they have no culture. Like USA, even they accept that we don't have any culture. We will mostly adopt many things. Like UK also, they accept that most of the France and Persian culture and Italian culture we adopted. Like India have their own culture, and it is good because of the people we they forget their culture day by day. And in Asian country they are mostly in their good in their culture. Like we live in South Asian country like India, and I thought that because of their culture they are good country, but they forget their things, what is required, what is good for us. Because of the culture, people get aware about the things, what is good to live in a great society, and how to be a good responsible citizen. uh, that's why they're forgetting their culture. That's why it is still developing country. It will develop maybe few years, but it's still developing, and it's required a knowledgeable person, to be a good, if someone want to be their country developed, then they must be focusing on to be become a good citizen. That they will a good country. I'm not telling that India is not good country. India is good country because there are many things to do in India. Because when we go to North India, there is different culture. There, when we go South India, there is different culture. Like when someone want to explore the whole world, I always say to the person that you only visit all over the India, like Gujarat, Northeast India, Kashmir, Himachal, hilly areas. There are everything, whatever you found in all over the world. They have beaches, they have mountain, they have diverse in their culture, different languages, different dressing sense. That's why it's a good country, also.
Okay, so what do you want to say about water exploitation in India?
Man,
Water exploitation means we are not saving water, we are just wasting water. What do you want to say about it?
ma'am, I want to say about the water exploitation that we are not I just
एक सेंटेंस खत्म कर बीच में थोड़ा मत करिए ठीक है
water exploitation that's we are not saving like
exploitation means that we are just wasting water too much.
yes ma'am.
Yes.
Like I want to tell you about water exploitation in India. Firstly, any kinds of problem created in any country because of bad education. Because people are not aware how these things are required, and we know that we are living on our planet Earth, and as a rental, because whatever we get is free. Whatever nature is given to us, it's free of cost, and we have to focus on that thing. Like they are giving our nature is giving free things, like we have to given through another generation, give to the another generation, because we get this thing and we have to maintain this thing as a free of cost. We have to maintain, we have to focus to be balanced in the nature. And water exploitation, I want to tell you, because in most of the industries development, I don't say that industrial development is a bad thing. I say that industrial development is a good thing, but when we see most of the industries are implanted in India, and due to that kind of thing, and mostly the government don't focus on that thing, because it's easy to in India it's easy to build an industry and waste all the water in rivers, in lakes easily, because there is no any strict action in India, and most of the citizens also not aware of all these things. That's why there's too much water exploitation.
So that's it. You may go. Have a seat. So, tell me something about yourself.
My name is Ifla Pervez. I study in class 10th. In my family, there is 2 siblings. I'm my mother and father. And I live in Lucknow, Wazir Bagh. And my hobbies is listening and makeup.
Makeup. So this is your hobby. So, what do you want to become in your life?
I want to become a professional makeup artist
Professional makeup artist. Why?
because I love makeup.
You love makeup.
Mhm.
There are so many makeup artists nowadays. So why do you want to become? There are so much.
From my childhood, I love makeup. I do makeup, and that's why I want to become a makeup artist.
Okay. So as you told that you are living in Lucknow, so tell me something about Lucknow.
In Lucknow, as you know, Lucknow is a historical place, and in Lucknow there is lots of historical places like Bada Imam Bara and Clock Tower. And in Lucknow is famous for chicken curry. And that's it.
That is it. Tell me about your last visited place. Where did you go last time?
Last time I visited to my maternal uncle wedding. Me and my cousins planned a lot about him, wedding, and first thing, wedding avatar.
जो भी आप जहाँ पर भी गए.
Firstly, we get ready. I wore garara and I do the makeup, and then we went to the venue, and then I talked to relatives, and I met to my cousins, and we took a pictures. We talked about ourselves and everything, and we lots of fun there. We and then we took dinner, and we make up lots of memories also, and that's it.
As you said that you made a lot of memories, would you like to tell me about the most memorable day of your life?
I think my most memorable day, it was very embarrassing.
Okay. Why?
When I was in class second, I went to the school, and I went to the prayer, and I threw my bag on the first bench, and then one girl came, and I went to the for prayer, and then when one girl came, and she threw my bag on the back seats, and then when I came back, I saw that she sit on my seat. I was very angry, and then I she I pulled her hair. I don't know why. I was very angry. I said to her, "Why you threw my bag in the back seat?" She said that I sit here daily, so it's my seat. I said that if you don't buy this seat, and then I pulled her hairs. I think she have any problem in her hair. Hers, so her some hairs are in my hair.
In your hand.
Yeah, in my hand, and I was very scared. My teacher said, "I class teacher said to me, what she do?"
Sir.
And then the principal came, and she asked me what you do. She is crying, and I punish you. And then my class teacher said that the other girl do the wrong thing. She threw it back on the back seat. So my principal said that he say sorry to her. I said that I don't do anything bad. I don't say sorry.
Okay.
I said to her. And my class teacher said that no, it's bad thing. Say sorry to her. And then I say sorry to her. And then that.
That is it. So, do you consider yourself as that you have a temper issue?
Yeah, I have.
You have. So, how would you manage? This is not a good thing to have.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing to manage this problem of yours? Because you must have realized that what you did,
Sometimes I ignore that thing.
you ignore. You are not working on it.
Yeah, I ignore it.
You are ignoring the things that is making you feel
Yeah.
angry.
And that time I ignore every time.
Okay.
Because I think that I say anything bad to anyone, so
That's one. Okay. So, which is your favorite subject?
Urdu.
Urdu. Why Urdu?
Because there is lots of poetries and poems. I like to read poetry.
You like to read poetry. Okay. So, what do you like to do in your free time?
I use my phone in my free times. At that time, and in next 3 months there is my boards exam. So at that time I don't use lots of phone. I don't use phone. Some very less time I use phone. So I study a lot. I wake up early in the morning and I study. And I study like 12 hours in a day.
12 hours in a day. That is a very long time.
Yeah.
Okay, so If you will get the chance to make one of your dream come true, which dream will it be?
My
We all have dreams.
yeah.
You also.
First, my dream is to become a makeup artist,
Right.
and my second dream is
No, only one dream you can make true. Yes.
yeah,
What are your three?
yeah, makeup artist.
Makeup artist. So you want to become a makeup artist.
Yeah. So eagerly waiting to pass my 12th and then
You will become a makeup
Yeah.
artist. So what will you do? How will you become a makeup artist? Like what's the process after 12? What will you do?
firstly I joined some makeup studio to learn how to do makeup. There is in Gomti Nagar, there is my maternal auntie's salon, MDM.
MTM, okay?
Yeah. So I went there, I learned how to do makeup
Good.
and also hairs
Good.
and
Hairstylist.
yeah, hairstyles.
Good. Okay, that is it. You can go.
Thank you.
Miss, can you please introduce yourself?
Sure, ma'am. My name is Afsara Sayyed, and I'm living in Lucknow. Basically, I belong to Bagpat district, but presently I'm living in Lucknow.
Okay.
And I have done my post graduation with English literature.
Can you please tell me what did you learn in your post graduation? Who was your favorite poet, or can you please tell me about the subjects or something?
Yeah, English literature. I learned most of the things, most of the poets, writers, and revolutions of that time. John Keats is my favorite poet because he lived only 36 years, but in his short life he wrote many deep things, and I like his most famous couplet, "Beauty is true to his beauty." That's so nice couplet that tell us the depth of life, that everything that has been made by God, that is true and that is also beautiful.
Can you please tell me about your city? Where do you live? And what is it famous for?
Isn't it?
Yes, yes. As you mentioned that you are living in Lucknow, huh? So I want to know about it.
Lucknow is very good city, and I have always been loving this city, and I wanted to live here. And so this city, as you know, city is the city of culture, simplicity of tehzeeb. So I like the culture of Lucknow, and then food is very good in Lucknow, especially when we go to in evening. Lucknow की शाम वैसे भी मशहूर है. So I like it. And then there are many monuments here, Imam Bada, Chota Imam Bada, Bada Imam Bada, and as you know that parks, Janeshwar Mishra Park, and got Ambedkar Park, and there are many things here for journals.
Travelers. Okay. So please tell me, what do you do in your leisure time? I'm asking, what do you do in your leisure time? In your free time, what do you like to do? Yeah.
In my free time, I like to read books because reading books is why I'm interested in reading books, and I like writing. I write poetry, and I also write in prose, but I also write poetry. So I like gardening, and I do I like cooking also, and I in my free time I enjoy cooking. So these I do these.
Okay, so as you told that you love reading and you like reading in your free time, so can you tell me about any book which you love the most and why?
You I read many books, but I read many books, but most of the books are very dear to me. But one book that I would like to uh, tell you that, and that is The Paradise Lost, was written by John Milton. So I like that book. That was told about Adam and how Adam was God, how God exiled Adam from heaven.
Okay. So, can you please tell me about your favorite person in your life? Who is your favorite person in your life?
Family and
Anyone.
my father is my favorite person for all time favorite, because he has always been my ideal. And because I learned from him that how in adverse situation how to be strong, and he in every adverse situation he had always been very strong. So I have learned to him that we should never give up in any situation, and we should try our best to our last hope. So, and we should not lose hope. So he had always been my idea.
Okay, so as you mentioned about your favorite person, we all know that every coin has two sides. So there must be worst person, of course, in your life. So who is that person? I would really love to know.
I'm a very optimistic person, and I try to that not to dislike any person, because I know that every person has some good things and some bad things. But even then, I dislike a girl who lived in my neighbor, because I did not like her. I don't like her because she was the type of that she tried to provoke the family members against other family members. So there were always clash in their house because of her. So I don't like it. I dislike that girl.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you one hypothetical situation. Suppose you are in a place, totally unknown place. It's a unknown place. And if you're lost there, so what will you do?
So present situation, yeah. So I will call to my family members that I am lost.
Explain it a little bit more.
I will call to my
Whom will you call? Whom will you call, Susan?
so I will call to, because here my sister lives. So first of all, I will call to my sister. If she won't be able to, I will call to my brother, and then I will tell him that I am here lost.
But as I told you, it's an unknown place and nobody knows about it. And even
I will give a what is that location. I will send my location to him. Then, so with the help of location, he can find me.
can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Tasneem Firoz. I'm from Lucknow. I'm 21 years old, and I completed my graduation from CS University, and I completed my 10th and 12th from Amarnath College.
Which college?
Amarnath Inter College.
Amarnath Inter College. Okay. So can you tell me something about Lucknow, where you live?
Yes, ma'am. Lucknow is a very beautiful city. It's famous for the chicken. And here it's also famous for the food and our charm. And Lucknow is It's a Nawabi Shahar. It's called by the Nawab Shahar. It's famous for the Rumi Gate and Imam Bada and historical places.
Okay. So can you please tell me about your family?
Yes, ma'am. In my family, there is 8 members in my family, including me. My father is a businessman and my mother is a housewife. And my brothers also take my father's business.
Okay. So what is your ambition?
My ambition is I'm pursuing my MBA now, and in future I will get job in any companies like TCS and Infosys in this company.
So what do you think that your parents will allow you to do job?
Yes, ma'am. My parents is allow.
And if you are getting job out of your city, will they allow?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. They allowed me. They will allow me because now I'm saying my mom that I will go abroad in like Dubai, Oman, Qatar. They says okay, you will go. Then you want to go, then you will go.
If you want to go, you can do it.
Yes.
Okay. So can you please tell me about some of your hobbies? What do you like to do in your free time?
My hobbies is singing and traveling and listening.
Listen what?
Like music songs and the poetry.
Poetry.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So who is your favorite poet?
My favorite poet is John Eliot. John Eliot.
Johnny.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So why is he your?
Because their poetry is touching your heart.
But there are so many poets. Yes, who would like write heart-touching poems. Why him only?
Because his poetry is different like others.
What is the difference between him and others?
Different because in his poetry, in a sense, in his poetries, and I like one more poet, Rahat Indori. I love his poetries.
Okay, so tell me about your dislikes and likes. What do you like and dislike?
My I like to wearing new clothes and traveling and wandering new places and communicate the other person. And my dislike is I don't like who's person who is two-faced. I don't like, and I get nervous in the situation where is the person who is in my face is other face, and the other person he has a other face. I don't like.
So you don't like.
Yes, ma'am.
I was asking about the traveling. So tell me about the last visited place. And if I'm asking this question, that means you have to explain it, okay? Not just answer, I have traveled to Hyderabad. Okay, what did you do? With whom did you go there? Okay, what all things did you do there? Okay, all things. Okay.
My last travel place is Hyderabad. I was go. I am sorry. I'm sorry. I went there for with my family, my brother, my sister, and my brother-in-law. And firstly, I went a hotel. Then I stayed some time. After that, I visited the Char Minar, and after some time, I done my lunch. And next day, I went to the Ramoji Film City. And after that, I went to a park which is famous for the. I don't remember the exactly name, but he's a wonderful, beautiful park. And there was a big pool, and in the pool where is big statue. I don't remember of the statue name, but that trip was very good. That trip was only 2 days, so I like to most my last trip.
Okay. So as you are answering the question, you are not making the eye contact with me.
Okay.
It can affect your interview, okay? You don't need to look here and there. Look at in my eyes. And if you are not comfortable looking in my eyes, just look here or here, okay? Okay, so I'm going to ask you a hypothetical situation. So if you will, so in future, if you will face any problem, if suppose, as I asked you the question, that if you will get the chance to work in abroad, as you said that your father and parents will let you go, okay? So if you are facing any problem at your workplace, how will you handle it? Will you tell your father, will you tell your parents that I'm facing this problem, or what will you do? I want to know.
I will facing the
If I'm,
if I facing any problem, I will face with myself. I will not tell the other person because I am very patient person. I handle everything very easily. Then I will manage all things. I don't like this to tell others. And I, if I am facing any problem, then the things get I the I if I will facing any problem, the things will I am sorry ma'am, the I will learn करूँगी. I will learn many things. I get the lesson from these things, so I will facing alone, and I will facing easily.
great. Okay, so that is it. Send other politics. So what do you like to say about economy of India?
It's a tough question. Like recently, I'm studying in economics. I'm studying about the problems because problems of poverty in India.
Explain everything. थोड़ा सा बड़ा चला. ठीक है?
Yes. Ma'am, could you please ask another question?
पॉवर्टी इतना अच्छा बोला तो है, बोलते जाइए इसी के बारे में. ये होता है पॉवर्टी, वो होती है पॉवर्टी. हाँ, कट मारना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. Obviously. कैसे पता चलेगा फिर? Okay. Speak louder and with confidence. Okay. So can you please tell me something about Indian economy? Or what do you like to say? उधर ही रहती है.
सुन आपने क्यों बता दिया कैमरा?
अबे नहीं पता था आपको? ऐसे तो आप फेस करते रहते हैं कैमरा. आदत डाल दीजिए अभी इसकी. ओके, फिर से क्वेश्चन करो फिर आप. क्या पूछा था मैंने?
कैसे इराडिकेट कर सकते हैं?
या प्लस पॉपुलेशन.
पॉपुलेशन पे कैसे हो?
सो मत करिए बीच सीरियस. डोंट लाफ. इट्स स्पीकिंग टेस्ट. 0 मिलेगा बता. ठीक है.